Dan Lyman, BorderHawk.news. I'm here with the great Marjorie, Tayler, Greene.
And this is the biggest issue now, is that we're being run by globalists that care more about the border between Ukraine and Russia than Texas and Mexico.
I mean, it is an invasion. There's no other way to put this. It's nonstop. People are being processed. People are walking through.
And now the federal government essentially makes the Border Patrol an Uber service to intake them, process them, mobilize them throughout the United States of America.
They get given a cell phone, they're given their arrest records, and then they get on airplanes and fly all over the country.
You would see Poland calls up their Border Patrol, and if the Border Patrol is starting to get overwhelmed, they get augmented by the National Guard. This isn't hard to do. Every other country in the world understands this.
And that's what makes me mad, because I've had friends die of the fentanyl overdoses. I see the sex trafficking. I see people with kids all the time going across the border, and they won't address it, Dan. It makes me sick.
I mean, a lot of them just walk right past Border Patrol and they don't even get processed, which is really weird to me because you never know who's coming into the country.
And then when they touch down in D.C., who's there to facilitate them to make sure that they're safe where they need to get to? Antifa.
The United Nations is really actively involved in fueling the pipeline and funding the pipeline. Would you support any sort of investigation into the United Nations' role into what's going on south of our border and globally?
Absolutely. Well, the United Nations has always been involved in that.
Young ladies are being sex trafficked at the border, and you have a lot of these young girls who are being brought to America by people who are not their parents, by a lot of people who are sexually assaulting these young women, and we do nothing about it.
So a lot of people, everything I just broke down, you understand because you've seen it, you've reported on it. But I think the everyday average American, maybe even some conservatives, don't understand just how organized this stuff really is.
And it really just comes down to, do we want to be a serious country, or do we want to be a country that is just controlled by corporate interests, by political interests, who have an agenda that, of course, with their press secretary, Klaus Schwab, that is dictated to them down from Davos and Brussels and the rest.